Hi everyone, I'm Elijah and I wanted to share my story on my 1970s Cartier Tank. So the story starts when my girlfriend and I book a trip to Spain and Morocco. And then I ask myself, much like other watch enthusiasts do, what watch do you bring? And all the time when we were figuring out what to pack, what areas we were trying to explore, the watch that consistently came to mind for some reason was the Cartier Tank. And I honestly didn't think that I could bring this little tank on our trip because it would get damaged, wet, or even worse, I could possibly lose it. So then I thought to myself, why do I want to bring the Cartier Tank with me? And what I realized was, whenever I put this watch on, it almost makes me feel like I'm traveling back in time to another world where slim vintage dress watches were the thing to wear. And for that scene I painted in my head for what this trip would look and feel like, the Cartier Tank was the perfect watch. And I thought to myself, why don't I just bring it? And if something happens, then at least it was a great trip, right? Let's hope. So I bring the watch, and of course, shuffling through the airport, going on a boat to Morocco from Spain, I was careful holding the watch basically like this the whole time. And once we actually arrived to Tangier and walked through the markets, I felt comfortable and almost felt like this watch almost belonged there. And what I mean by that is walking through the streets of the markets almost made me feel like I was chasing down bad guys with James Bond, or even trying to find my way through the market streets to end up at Rick's Cafe for a drink. And I then got comfortable with the idea of wearing this watch everywhere, and it eventually became my travel watch. I wear this when I go out to dinner, meet up with friends, spend time with loved ones, and even traveling. So I think what's really important is the fact that we're sharing all our stories, and within the watch community, it's really important to find different pieces of watches and how it relates to a person's life and how they can translate that story to not only to other people but to the community as a whole. And I find it kind of romantic to think that this piece, or this watch rather, can become a symbol of the people who wear them. And I know that this watch has lived a long life before me, but I'd like to think that my experiences, my memories, and even a little bit of my personality can be embodied into the little tank. And I hope to continue building more memories with this watch, whether it's traveling other places or even wearing this on my wedding day. And I'd like to think that when I pass this on to my children, or maybe even my grandchildren, that they can also add to the legacy of this watch.